Anetons, connecting professionals.
Now, this is a very, I would say, broad picture. It is like we talked about the small scale, how the Intune works. This is a broad picture. Okay. So, first thing, if you notice, when you're talking about the Microsoft Intune service, so Intune service one is talking about the configuration devices. So this is where you can set the endpoint security, means you can implement security settings for the devices. Okay. You can do the configuration policies, means you can define how your device are set and being operated. Okay, this is what you can do. Protect data is very similar. You need to set the app protection policies where you can secure your apps and prevent the data loss and unauthorized access. Okay. Device compliance policy is something where you ensure that yes, your devices are meeting the organization security requirement. If it's not, then it will be not get access to the data. Okay. Manage apps. You can customize applications based on your users or your device. Okay. If you have line of business, like you have old legacy applications, that you can also deploy internal as an internal application and do all sort of things from Intune. Okay. uh, Data and uh, compliance wise, if I say, so Intune data is some data warehouse is something where you have all the central repository for your data compliance. Okay. And threat assessment. How it is integrated? So it is integrated with Microsoft Microsoft Intra ID, which is like Azure Active Directory, or maybe AD, if you know. So this is now in cloud, which is called as Microsoft Intra ID. So Microsoft Intra ID is what it helps you to manage identities, and it helps you to provide conditional access based on the compliance. So if you're not compliant, you will not get access. Okay. Configuration manager, as I said, everyone is knowing much better. It is on premises application. This is where you deploy sort of configuration settings. You do deploy software updates, operating system, and all those stuff. You can do it from there. Device management, MDM. We already talked about MDM, like Windows, Mac OS, iOS, Android, Linux. All these you can do sort of device management. MAM, more on focusing your application, particularly for the mobile devices. Okay. So MAM is mobile application management. Okay, which is more on your devices. Okay, mobile devices. Network and authentication. So network and authentication means what it does, it controls the network access based on the device compliance. Okay. And authentication and authorization, if you are ensured that yes, your device is verified with the right access, you will get authentication and you will get access to further resources. Update and reporting. Update reporting, again, for Windows update for businesses and all, you can simply send the updates on the managed devices. Okay. Graph API is something which runs in the background, which runs underneath. Okay, everything, every like billions of device check-in, check-out, and all those stuff that happens, that goes underneath the Graph API. Okay, so Graph API is sort of programmatic access. Okay, which helps the data reporting and management. So this is where you can see the real time scenario where the data, how your device is checked in and what is the state of it. Okay. And external app distribution is something you can integrate with various app stores like Apple, Google, Microsoft, and for the distributing applications. Okay. So this is more of a broad picture. I don't want to get into more into it. Okay. But just giving you just RBAC is something with a conditional policy. RBAC is something that you give the role based access to persons who want to access the Intune console. Okay. For example, as I said, help desk guy, I don't want to give him much privilege, or maybe a simple service desk guy is L1. So I don't want to give him the entire, state so he can tweak things and which can create a trouble. The biggest achievement, I would say, is Windows Autopilot, okay, and Endpoint Analytics, which is more robust. We have a dedicated, I would say, 6 hours Windows Autopilot demo. We will do things. We will lots of deep dive into Windows Autopilot. Okay.